And as we get things started, Amanda, what's impressed you the most about the Spot Baby Proteas in this first quarter?
I've really enjoyed how they're just setting themselves up defensively in that zone defense. Once they get closer to that ball and how they're just working together, you can see there immediately how they're shifting into formation. They've been quite successful on that and not really giving options to the Baobabs. For me, the feeds going to Duran into that circle has been quite good and it's been spot on. And again, the turnover ball, but I have to give credit to the defensive effort coming from the Baby Proteas.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. I mean, we've seen some of the teams here at the TNL, you know, the usual suspects, struggle to cause this much disruption on Muhludi Khatwayo. So this is fantastic to see. And like we said, I mean, initially it wasn't like this. You know, they had to figure themselves out. So I love the fact that, you know, Mukwena, Pops, is applying, you know, they're both applying their minds and to see what works best, because they've really turned a couple of balls, you know, in that first quarter. But let's now chat to Emily Matosa, find out her thoughts in terms of perhaps where are the areas that her team can improve on. Emily, thank you so much for joining us. We were just chatting now, you know, about the defensive pressure that is being put in that circle, particularly around Muhludi. And not a lot of teams have been able to figure that out. How, you know, have you suggested that she perhaps set herself up to avail herself to the attackers and be able to finish with the goal?
I think the fact that our mid-court players, they are forcing the balls to Muhludi, it causes them to actually be able to drop back to make it seem like they're both there. But they're really putting pressure on Muhludi. That's why she's moving away from the position and then she's not able to get the ball.
Coach, the Baby Proteas are quite clinical at this stage on attack and they're finding the run quite easily. I heard you speaking to the defenders on just loosening up their feet in that circle. And what else do you want from your side defensively just to try and see if you can stop the momentum?
I told them that they're going to let them loose. They will do as they please on court, as if like they are all in control. Because now, if they're not going to chase or do man-to-man, then it's going to be a free way of them to actually get all the balls that they are doing right now. And it's actually working for them at this point, and they are in control. So my team needs to make sure that they cut every movement that this girls make, and also like whoever that gets the ball, they must actually cut their movement, not to go to the second ball.
And so, Coach, I see they just at the back, Nompai is warming up. Is that going to be a player that you're looking at bringing in defensively pretty soon?
Yes.
Well, we'll let you get back to that. You're not going to tell me much more, so I'll let you get back to the game. Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
You know, I love a coach that is so clear. I mean, no hesitation there, Amanda. Yes. She's coming in, you know.
And I think it's the right change for the Baobabs. That's why I said I was surprised to not see her on that starting lineup. I think if you bring her in, you can move and play around with your defense, because at the moment, just the connection between Atkins and Duran, just how quickly they're offloading the ball to Duran. And I've got to give credit to Atkins. She's a brilliant feeder herself.
Yeah.
But she's finding Duran just very easily. And they need to look at how they can slow that down.
So what change exactly would you bring about defensively, you know, on your side?
Yeah, I think you just need someone that can apply the pressure on Atkins once she's got ball in hand, because she will try and feed it in. So I think trying to see how you can apply the pressure. You're not going to catch Atkins. I think she's really fast. So let her have the ball, but once she turns around, there needs to be pressure, because her ball speed and control at which she delivers the ball is insane. So I think just trying to see if you can have someone in front the moment she turns around, and then again just allowing your goalkeeper some time to get around that ball side and see if you can contest. Because if you look at Horn, she equally matches the run on height. So I don't think that's the problem, is the height disadvantage. It's just maybe the pressure that's got to be outside of that circle. But Mubs, your court side, and it's a very equal game at this point in time. The Baobabs still having some difficulty with the Protea defense, and they've made the change now defensively. But what's your observation been in this second quarter.
Listen, Amanda, I'm loving the defense on the side of the under-21s, and they don't stop grinding. And another thing I really do like is how well the wing attacker is really just driving that side of the floor as well, making sure that she plays every single second ball until the ball is in. She's got such beautiful arm wrists as well. She's really, her vision on court and her ability to see spaces for the goal shooters has been tremendous. But there has been a little bit of a struggle for me with Duran as you know, just settling in and just getting her shots in the right place and so forth. So if I can see her drive out just once in a while, you know, just pull through the middle, allow her goal attack to come in through the back, Ulisa, I think that would also be a nice move for her, just so she can show Coach Precious and then that she's got some versatility.
Opportunity now for the Baobabs, and they need to try and see if they can really convert on the turnover balls. Patience there from Matfield, and you can see Khumalo just trying to look into that circle to see if she can find Maghluri on that one-on-one.
So they'll have another opportunity, the Baobabs. It is a throw-in. Yeah, clever one. Love it. From Jamie Matfield. There's the bench of the Baobabs appreciating that passage of play. So only 6 goals.
And so we see Horn now that's moved into that wing defense position, and maybe the height will change it up for Atkins, not having that quick feed in. But even more now, she's going to try and find herself in a position where she can easily offload. Ingwersen, nice drive there and sweep.
I don't know, hey champ, I think for me, if you've got somebody like Jade Atkins, you need a sticker on that wing defense position.
And that was just brilliant there from Duran. I know Mums spoke about it and creativity. I think that was pretty creative. Flicking that ball back in.
And they're the shooting stats for Duran. 20 out of 21, so she's boasting a 95% success rate with Ingwersen on 60. But I mean, Ingwersen's playing more of a supporting act and also creating space, as you highlighted earlier on, you know, so that Duran can shine and Duran can take responsibility.
Yeah, I don't think Ingwersen is going to do the shooting work if she doesn't have to. I think she just wants to split that circle, see how she can open up things. But a great pass there from Horn. But the hands of Carla Victor also in that middle. Semi, I think you'll agree with me. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's huge.
Yeah.
And trying to get the ball over her arms.
Yeah, because you don't usually get centers that tall, you know?
No.
So already at a disadvantage, and she's got such a good feel for the ball. So it makes it difficult for the attackers, you know, to find the shooters up front. And I think that's why earlier on we saw a lot of those long passes to Maghluri Khadrai, but they're even challenging that at the moment.
Yeah, and you will see in that setup they do defensively, there's an opportunity for the Baobabs players to just try and see if they can use screens a little bit more, because a lot of times Matfield will be at the back there with Maghluri. So I think if Maghluri can just pick up the defense, they can always play a triangle across the circle and then go in. But at this stage, the Baobabs are just struggling to see deep enough. They're just looking at that front defense, not looking over the mess. And the baby Proteas are just capitalizing at the moment. Turnover ball, they keep possession, and they're just so clinical on attack with no real pressure coming from the Baobabs.
Oh, that's good pressure from the baby Proteas.
And Khumalo there, just trying her best to stay upright.
And easy does it. Maghluri Khadrai, still a 6-goal game with just over 5.5 minutes to the halfway mark.
And you need that that player that can change the game now for you from the Baobabs. You need that person that can inject energy into the side, because at the moment they're just very flat. And so also an opportunity for them to find that game changers in a game. We saw that this morning from the Jags. There's a moment that you need those players to step up. And so hopefully this will be an opportunity for the Baobabs also to start introducing that. But a great take there from McClure.
Yeah, not to forget that the Spot Baby Proteas did have a game earlier on against the Jaguars, as you correctly highlighted. So this is actually quite impressive, given that this is a second game today. But one will argue that Precious has 25 players in her team that you know, she can call upon. She didn't make wholesale changes, but it's still great to see that, you know, the 12 that she's gone for in this encounter are able to continue exactly where the team earlier on had left.
Oh, lovely straight line play there from the Spa Protea squad players. It's hard to say the Spa Protea team, because we're not sure who the 12 will be.
Yeah, sure.
I think we must get another name for them.
Yeah, because it must almost be like an honor, you know, like when you get to that final 12 with the 3 reserves. I'm 100% aligned. So no motion from Emily Matosa. She's watching this encounter to see how it unfolds and what else she can do, you know, to reduce this margin.
Oh, great rebound there from Nompa. She came in at the right time. Good drive.
Yeah, the patience wasn't great there. From Mojaji Ramorwalo. She gave the ball straight to Pops. So from one goal defense to the other.
Oh, the quick footwork there from Pops. Just getting back into that circle. Oh, great defensive effort there from Nompa. Using her feet, getting around Duran. Incredible footwork and vision. And I think the timing, hey, Simi.
Yeah, listen, timing for me, but also the timing of actually introducing her. You know, you were talking about that game changer. I really think that Nompara Rapalani coming in that goalkeeper position has changed, you know, how easy the ball went into the shooting circle of the Spot Baby Proteas. So it's going to force them to think differently about offloading to Duran. So really a good job from Nompa Rapalalani.
Oh, Kamali there, under pressure on that double up defense. They need to try and capitalize now. They need to score in the next few minutes. Mkhuludi just needs to give them an option there, position herself. So they've cracked it. They're just ahead now. The quick give and go there from Atkins.
It's the patience for me between Atkins and Victor. I think I just jinxed it. You know, they were doing so well.
And that was fantastic from Horn there. She came in for that intercept. I think she surprised herself.
Yeah.
She just
Like,
lost possession. Opportunity now for the Baobabs. If they can capitalize, they need to be quick. It will be their centre pass next.
Yeah, they need to be quick and they reduce this margin. It will be good for them.
That
Yeah.
blue ball now. 1-2 into Mkhuludi.
And I think, you know, Mampo often refers to coach killers. For me, that's a coach killer. You know, you've just turned the ball, you've got more than enough time, you need the goal, you're the one trailing. But here's another opportunity for them. There's the ball, flyer, straight to Matfield, who finds Katrayo, and yes, she does it.
And they need to be quick.
Amanda getting excited here, rallying the Baobabs to move quickly because the clock was against them, but I thought that they finished off well at the end of that second quarter.